Good morning. I'm Dan DeRosa with 19 News, coming to you from our digital desk. We have some breaking news, a story that we've been following for a couple of weeks now. A young man believed to be in trouble, believed to be possibly abused, was found this morning in Indiana. You may have heard this story. This is Bryson Muir. 14 years old. You can see the picture on the left. That was given to us by his grandmother. You can see a couple of black eyes. His grandmother was concerned in Garfield Heights when he came to visit, was dropped off. The grandmother got into a confrontation with her daughter about the condition of Bryson, and that's when they took off. She then called police, fearing for the safety of her grandson, Bryson, and it has started a 2-3 week search for the 14-year-old. And it came down to, obviously, he was potentially with his parents, but the question was, where was he? This morning, Indiana SWAT officials moved in on the father's home. That's Daniel Muir. He was a former football player for Kent State as well as the Indianapolis Colts. SWAT went in at 6 this morning. They found all three. Not only Bryson, but they found his father, Daniel Muir, along with his mother, Kristen Muir. Bryson was taken into custody by the Indiana officials, turned over to their version of Child and Family Services. He is said to be okay. That is the good news. That they are reporting. The exact words from the Indiana State Police is that Bryson Muir, who appeared to be safe and well, was released to the care and custody of the Cass County Department of Child Services. His father, Daniel Muir, has now been charged. There has been a back and forth trying to find this child with no assistance from the parents. Over the past couple of weeks. Daniel Muir, his father, 40 years old, has been charged with 1 count of obstruction of justice. That's a level 6 felony in the state of Indiana, and 1 count of domestic battery. That is a Class A misdemeanor. What is the reason for that battery charge? Is that why Bryson Muir had black eyes? We'll have to wait for the courts to play that out. His mother, Kristen Muir, 38 years old, she has been charged with obstruction of justice. And I want to show you, they gave us the address of the home, and this is why this has been kind of an issue over the last couple of weeks. This wasn't a home in the middle of a neighborhood. You see, this is in Logansport. I want to make sure I get that correct. It is in Logansport, Indiana, and it's right here where this red dot is. This is not just a neighborhood where they could see a house and see if Bryson was there, knock on the door. It's off the highway. It has a gate, I believe, down here in the front. And tough to get to the house or see anything. That's why SWAT had to move in this morning to find this teenager. They went in at 6 in the morning, a pretty common tactic. People probably asleep at that point. You get the element of surprise. This whole story is very convoluted, but the good news is that, of course, Bryson Muir has been found, and what, according to the Indiana State Police, he appears to be safe and well, but he has now been released to the custody of the Cass County Department of Child Services. Again, this all comes back to Garfield Heights, to Northeast Ohio, a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to play a story from our Vic Gideon that sort of lays out where this all started, the concern for the young man's safety, and again, that all stems from a confrontation when the grandmother saw Bryson with those black eyes. Take a look.
This is missing 14-year-old Bryson Muir, last seen Sunday, June 16th in Garfield Heights.
911, what is your emergency?
I have my grandson who's badly abused by his parents. I mean, he's 14.
Okay.
He's being abused.
We really started looking at this as an endangered missing person.
His grandmother took a picture of Bryson with a black eye, and when Bryson's mother came to pick him up, she called 911 after she said there was a confrontation between her and her daughter, Bryson's mother. Kristen then took off in a white 2015 Chevy Suburban from the grandmother's Garfield Heights home. Minutes later, Garfield Heights police pulled over Kristen in that Suburban, but no Bryson.
In that period of time, Bryson Bryson wasn't to be found. We don't know where he went.
Bryson's father, Daniel Muir, played 7 seasons in the NFL as a defensive lineman, playing college football at Kent State University. He now appears to be a pastor at a religious group called Straightway Truth Ministry. The Muir family lives in Logansport, Indiana, on this property, but the Indiana State Police have been unable to talk to anyone at the home during their search for Bryson.
He's our primary concern. His well-being and his safety is of utmost importance.
We reached out to Indiana State Police to learn the latest on the case, and they are asking anyone with information to reach out to authorities.
Again, that was our Vic Gideon earlier this week. It's a story we've been following pretty closely. Anytime a grandmother produces a picture of a 14-year-old that appears to be pretty injured, black eyes to say the least. Again, here's that picture on the left-hand side. That's what caught the concern of the grandmother. That's what started this sort of run by the parents, at least the mother taking off, taking the grandson back to Logansport, Indiana. And then the question has been over the past couple of weeks, where was Bryson? Again, there was a raid at the family home in Logansport. He was found this morning, just about 6 o'clock now. Both the mother and father have been charged, both with obstruction of justice, but the father, Daniel Muir, now charged with domestic battery. And again, we're not exactly sure if that is an indication that he is the one responsible for the injuries to Bryson. That'll have to play out in court. We'll wait for maybe some more filings. Perhaps some more information will come out. But the good news, according to the Indiana State Patrol, State Police, Bryson has been found alive and well and has been taken into custody for authorities there. Just wanted to update you on this story, as it has been a little bit bizarre, a little bit convoluted, and of course the question of where was Bryson Muir has now been answered. If we have any other breaking news, it'll be here on our digital properties. Otherwise, you can catch our morning news is still ongoing, CW43, and then again on Cleveland 19 in just a bit. Until then, I'm Dan DeRosa with 19 News. Have a good afternoon.
19 News is everywhere. Download our CTV apps and follow us on social